Hello and welcome. My name is Angel, and this is my introductory vlog. I have never vlogged before. This is literally my very first vlog. So hopefully I'm welcome into the community. I've never done this before. It's something I always wanted to do, so I figured I would give it a try and see what happens. This does mean that my videos are not going to be the best quality, but if you just bear with me as I learn and grow, my videos will get better. I mean, everybody has to start somewhere. First of all, the type of videos I will be doing. I will be doing days of my life, routines, meal prep, shopping haul, travels, and other shenanigans I can get myself into. And before you leave, just hear me out. I know there are a lot of bloggers out there doing the same thing, but I've also noticed quite a few similarities between them, such as many of them are stay-at-home moms with working husbands. Usually they have multiple children, usually homeschooled. They shop at Costco and are very health conscious. They have beautifully decorated and pristine homes, so on and so forth. Well, I'm not any of those things. My videos are going to be different because they relate to regular middle-class working moms. First and foremost, both my husband and I work outside of the home. My job is your typical 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, and I have about a 30 to 40-minute commute each way. So essentially, I'm away from my home for about 10 hours a day. Second, I only have one son. He's a teenager and he lives with us. He goes to public school, he rides the bus. I do not drive him to school unless it's raining or under 45 degrees out. Third, we do try to eat somewhat healthy, but we also eat junk food and what some will call lazy food. But you know what? After being away from my home from 7 a.m. to about 5:30 p.m., and my husband getting up at 4 a.m. to go to work, we are both just too tired to worry about making food from scratch. And I'm not going to spend another 2 hours in the evening, nor am I going to spend an entire Sunday in the kitchen making meals. That's all good for people who enjoy that kind of thing and want to do that. But as for me personally, I would rather spend what few hours I have between work and sleep and the weekends spending time with my family, resting, doing recreational activities, just enjoying myself. And cooking and cleaning are not two things that I enjoy doing. In my opinion, life is too short to spend it working, cooking, and cleaning unless you enjoy doing those things, which I don't. Also, we are not an all natural organic family, although I do try to buy foods with no additives, no preservatives, things like that. But we do eat prepackaged foods, frozen foods, things like that. Of course, I cook it. Fourth, we do not shop at Costco. Not really sure what the big hype about Costco is. I don't personally have anything against Costco, but we shop at either Sam's Club or BJ's for bulk items and Walmart for everything else. Occasionally, we will go to Publix for their BOGOs. For those of you who don't know, Publix is a grocery store in the southern states. And finally, our house is small and cluttered because we don't have enough room for the amount of crap we have. And while I keep it relatively clean, it's not pristine and definitely not organized. And it's not beautifully decorated. It's lived in, mismatched, a bit crazy, and it needs some cosmetic love. Now, with all that being said, I think most middle-class working moms can relate to that, and that's why my videos are going to be different from the other videos out there that's doing the same thing. If you're still here, great. Let's move on and allow me to introduce myself. As I mentioned before, my name is Angel. I am a wife, mother, and grandmother. I've been with my husband for almost 4 years. He is my second marriage. My first marriage, not going to talk about except to say that it was 20 years of mostly unhappiness. And the only good thing I got out of it was my son. Now, after 15 of that 20 years, I had decided I was done. It just took me an additional 5 years to get myself into a position where I could support myself and my son. So my heart and my mind was out way before I was out physically. Moving on. Now, I did meet my current husband only about a month after my divorce was final. I only intended to meet him, go on one date, maybe make a friend because I was getting lonely. I wanted to experience life as a single woman for the first time as an adult and then start a relationship later. But Little did I know God had other plans, because that is not how it turned out. And when I tell you we moved fast, I mean fast. So buckle up, Buttercup, because here we go. My divorce was finalized on March 28th. About a week later, his friend, who's married to my friend, gave him my phone number, and we started texting and talking by FaceTime. I met him in person on April 17th. I took my own car for stranger danger reasons, also just in case things didn't work out very well and I wanted to leave. But it turns out I didn't need to do that, because after talking for a while and him winking at me, I was smitten. In fact, when I got home that afternoon after our date, I remember leaning up against the door and saying, "Oh no," because I knew I was going to fall for him hard and fast. And apparently he was also smitten with me, because a few weeks later, probably about maybe a month later, he moved me into his house. A month after that, in June, we were engaged. And then 10 months after that, we were married. So we met, had our first date, got engaged, and got married all within a year. I really don't know how it happened. I just know that it was right. Now, I know a lot of people talked crap behind my back, thought I was stupid or crazy, maybe both, but it didn't matter. All I know is that I have never been happier or more in love my entire life than I have been the past 4 years. I can honestly and truly say he is my best friend. My son absolutely adores him. He treats my son as his own, and he's just the most incredible man ever. Now, together we have 5 kids. 4 of them are his from previous relationships. They're all grown and out in the world on their own. 2 of them have children of their own. And then my son, who is still underage and lives with us. As I said before, 2 of my husband's kids have children, which means that makes me a grandmother. Now, we don't use the term step in our family, except when we first introduce them to people, just to avoid confusion. But his kids are my kids and my son are his. I call his kids my son, my daughter. He calls my son his son. His grandbabies call me grandma, and I just love it so much. So throughout my videos, you're going to hear me addressing them as my son, my daughter, my grandkids, etc. Next, I am a Disney adult, a Disnerd, if you will. I love anything and everything Disney, especially Beauty and the Beast. I also love Harry Potter, and my house is Ravenclaw. I like to read, I like to play video games, and I like to do crafts. Now, I can't paint or draw or sew. I don't know how to crochet or knit, but I like getting my glue gun out and putting things together, actually making crafts, putting kits together, things like that. Also, my husband and I like to travel, especially cruises. Cruising is our favorite way of travel. We go on at least one cruise every year. And we also take a few trips together throughout the year as well. Every anniversary, we take what I like to call an annual honeymoon. It's a week-long cruise, just the 2 of us. We don't get the Wi-Fi package, purposely so we can cut ourselves off from the real world, just focus on each other and being together. Exactly how we spent our honeymoon. Therefore, it's an annual honeymoon. Sometimes we do also try to do a mini cruise at other points throughout the year, at least once, not always, just so we can go with other people. And we also do weekend getaways together. This year alone, we have a weekend trip to St. Augustine in March for his birthday. We have our week-long cruise in April for our anniversary. We have a weekend planned in Orlando to go to Disney for my birthday in May. And we're also currently looking to book a trip to New York the week of Christmas to spend Christmas with the kids. Not sure yet if it's going to happen, but we're looking. We recently also became annual pass holders for Disney, so in between all these adventures, we will be taking full advantage of them. Then we also have a Disney cruise booked for next April, April of 2027, for our anniversary cruise of that year. But don't worry, I plan on taking all of you with us on all our adventures. So stay tuned, and if any of this interests you or you just want to support me, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Just make sure to stay kind, friendly, and positive, because I'm all about positivity and I'm all about spreading kindness. So I'll see you all in the next video, and remember to spread kindness, not hate.